but really bass heavy music. Not quite the West Coast hip hop that you're used to, and I think that alone should warrant a listen of the album. But how he went to roll it out was first releasing the single Law of Averages, and that came out alongside the video. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the visuals that Vince put together here. You can see just super quick cutting in before we get to the area that he lives in, Long Beach, Ramona Park. And, you know, in this song, he's talking about all the different avenues and, yeah, you average. So you can just see all the different, you know, parts of life down there. I really think it's a good way to show off what people are doing, and there's tons of like visual motifs and stuff like you could just see there. Lots of interesting stuff in his videos that have been put out so far, but they're just sitting on the lawn not doing shit. Did you guys like this video? You check it out once it dropped before the album or afterwards?
Yeah, I was definitely a huge fan of this video. I thought and like I thought it was pretty like cheaply produced too. Like he had some drones and stuff flying around, but other than that, it looks like he just got a bunch of people he knew and then like some of the effects with like the prosthetics and whatnot with like doing the weird faces. But other than that, I thought he did a lot with a little in this video, definitely.
Yeah, super creative shots. Like
Hmm.
what we just saw there, how it zoomed into the shirt.
Hmm. Yeah, it's got a few different like transitions like that throughout.
That's wild.
Mhm.
The drone were phenomenal, honestly. Like I just like the way this video was put together. But like I don't know, I always dig the aesthetics in videos like this where, it's your boy, he's rolling deep, he's looking fly, like he's going hard, and then the song itself just fits the vibe. And so like I really dig the video. I thought it was dope. I don't listen to it every time I listen to the song, but every once in a while, I'll pull it up, or like when I go watch album reviews or song reviews and things like that. But you know, I'm about it.
What do we think the theme here is with their like pretty much jokerized faces, um, being forced to smile? What is that recurring theme in the video, and why did he choose to include it?
I feel like that could be touching back on kind of some earlier stuff that Vince did, like how the song that you mentioned, "Like It Is," uh, like that one. It talks a lot about how like seeing from behind the glass, like how a lot of the times people from marginalized communities are seen as kind of like just purely entertainers. They like exist for other people's entertainment, and that's like a huge thing that he's drawn on in the past. And so you're like, oh yeah, you're supposed to be smiling, supposed to be like counting up your racks, supposed to be all materialistic and everything, just for other people's entertainment, which is messed up. But like that's like a huge thing that he's drawn on before.
Remember that? Yeah, I'm gonna put you on a shirt if you fuck me out my rags. I love that bar, bro. I
Hmm.
think I definitely think that has a lot to do with the smiling faces and the people on the ground, like just the people who laughed at him and got in his way, or you know instilled doubt in his mind and things. And so now he's like, you know what, like I'm up here now, you're on the ground, like you're at rock bottom. I'm up here now, like I don't need any of what the energy that you're giving off. And so
Hmm.
like I dig that. It was a little scary though. Those faces
Yeah.
gave me some of those what's that show called, that Real Odd show, where just a bunch of wacky stuff going on, and that's just kind of the vibe that I got from
Oh,
that video, at
Black
least in
Mirror
certain
or
parts.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Black Mirror. Yep.
I feel you, Roger. I think the themes that you're talking about there like really go with what he was talking about on the album, with like how he's like looking at all the mistakes that like people around him made growing up and how he was able to like get past that.
Mm.
I think that definitely connects with there.
And how they're average, but he's beyond that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But that was the first video released, and that was on June 17th, 2021. And we didn't know that there was going to be an album coming out until June 30th, when he was actually celebrating the 6th anniversary of his debut. He also announced that his next album, the self titled album, was dropping July 9th. So he put that Law of Averages video and song out and said, hey, here you go. And we didn't get another piece of the album until Are You With That dropped as a single on July 6th. So just 3 days before the album were to come out. There was an accompanying video for that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. And I think what's interesting to mention here is it's in a aspect ratio that is not normal here. So let's go back here. You can see it's all blacked out, and then the song is intercutting with the cuts here, but
Oh yeah.
it's an interesting aspect ratio.
I hadn't even noticed that on my first watch.
Yeah, let's go to a shot that you can more see the borders
Mhm.
there. But this song is him getting chased at night, and he is also all the other people in the neighborhood as the camera's tuning in and looking around in this beginning shot. And so then it moves on to him following and, you know, some money falling out of his pockets and things. And I thought this shot was super interesting, how it's the progression of time, but he's also progressing further and further into the ground or into the grave, per se, because of the years gone by and time passing. You can see its fall here now. This is probably my favorite one out of all of them, where he's like waist deep and just looking up to the sky, questioning sort of what's going on and purpose a little bit. And then here's the funeral where he's the same size as a headstone, and it's just him head and shoulders until we get him all the way in the ground. And yeah, that's to symbolize after he, like, here, let's just watch that again. So he's blowing this out, and he's gone just like that. I think shots like that are definitely needing to be appreciated. And for this shot here, I kept waiting to see if the dog was going to piss on the grave or something.
Same. I was
That's
totally
where
expecting
I
that.
thought it was going. But yeah, that's the Are You With That video. And I really enjoyed it too, because Vince himself, you know, we said he's pretty wild online. He said on Twitter, he's like, yeah, we creating fine art. And sort of talking about the behind the scenes a little bit. And I really appreciated visuals like this because it brings out more in the track than just sort of what we saw with the Law of Averages video, how it was more traditional hip hop type video where you're in the cut with your posse and everything, and you're hanging out and, you know, showing off your lifestyle and where you come from. This one had more of a concept to go along with the lyrics.